Hello, everyone, and welcome to metroTV. I'm your host, Andy Hoig, publisher and CEO of Metro Magazine. Today is our last 5 interviews with 5 nonprofits for our holiday extravaganza. So don't go away. We'll be right back. I am here with Pam Weiss. She is with the Nebraska Humane Society, one of my favorite people to talk to. Pam, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you. That's a lovely introduction.
You know what? We're at the end of the year. Can you believe it? We're the end of the year of 2020, and what a crazy year. One of the conversations, I just want to have with you is at the Nebraska Humane Society, how can people kind of looking at the end of the year, what can we do to contribute to Nebraska Humane Society? How can we help?
Well, we are a 501c3, so monetary contributions are always great, and they're actually tax deductible, so that's always very nice. But we have people that pop by and donate toys and treats to the animals. They may donate supplies. They may, I had somebody that dropped off some hand sanitizer the other day. So we did a little drive-through donation drive earlier this month, just to allow people a chance to kind of see some dogs that were dressed up and have some fun there, because we're not really open for the public to come in. A lot of times people and their kids will come in, put some stuff under the tree, maybe go see some cats and dogs, and we're not really open for that right now, just to avoid the crowds. So people certainly can come and donate. We've got a bin in our vestibule that people, if they want to donate, clean used supplies or food for our food pantry or food for the animals and treats, we're happy to accept that as well. Anytime that we're here, and even if we're not, our vestibule is open 24/7, so people can drop off pets as well that they find stray. So you can pop donations in there as well.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's great. And I also know, in the past, and I think things may have changed, you've always looked for towels and you've looked for other things. And I think your website has a great information about what you're needing year round, not just during the holidays, but year round. But people are kind of in the giving spirit right now. And so.
Absolutely. It's great. And one thing that we have had more of a need for, Andy, that we haven't in years past quite as much, is our food pantry. I think that we're seeing more people affected by COVID, maybe affected financially, and could use a little bit of extra food to tide them over. So we have a budget for purchasing food for that. But if we can get more donated, then that means that we can use our budget maybe on medical supplies and some other stuff. So food is definitely something that we can use. It goes right back out. It goes to keep pets in homes, which is lovely this time of year, and is kind of, the same. Our regular human food pantries are in need as well. And so that's something that this year we've seen more of a need than we might have in years past.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because again, during COVID-19, during the pandemic this year, people, they for the first time, probably on a larger scale, aren't, they're feeding their families first, and then their pets, are a part of the family, but that's kind of not secondary, but they have to decide. And people, pets add so much to our lives, and to lose a family member as a pet, or having to release it just because you can't feed it, that's so important. So bravo. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's something I don't think people think about.
And it's tough. If you have to make the choice between feeding your child or feeding your pet, clearly you're going to pick your child. So we understand that, and we want to be able to keep those pets in homes if possible. So that's what the food pantry is all about. Definitely.
Yes. All right. So people can visit, it's nehumanesociety.org.
Absolutely.
And then also, if somebody wants to adopt a pet, how, go to your website, check out the pets, and then do you make an appointment, or how do you come in and do that?
So if you check out the photos online, underneath adopt, dogs, cats, whatever, check out the photo. And in the photo, if you click it, there's a bio. And in the bio, there is a link to fill out an adoption survey. So you fill that out.
Yep.
It submits electronically. Then we send you a link to schedule an appointment to come and meet.
Okay.
It's still first come, first serve, so there's a little bit of delay there that you may not get the exact pet that you want, but hopefully when you get in, you put a couple pets down and hopefully we can find you
Yeah.
the perfect pet.
Yes, because there are lots of pets out there needing forever homes. So
Absolutely. And lots of great people wanting to give them homes. So it's
yeah.
perfect.
All right, Pam, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. And we're looking forward to a better 2021. So
I know, right?
yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to you after the first of the year. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Andy.
Well, I am here with Becky Vinton. She is a Senior Development Officer for Habitat for Humanity of Omaha. Becky, thank you so much for joining me today. Well, let's talk a little bit.
Thanks for having us today, Andy. It's great to be here.
You're welcome. Let's just talk a little bit about Habitat for Humanity. Who do you serve? What is your mission?
We serve families throughout the metro Omaha area, specifically Douglas, Sarpy County, and we help those families build strength, stability, and self-reliance through shelter. So anybody that is interested in owning their own home or doing home repairs, we partner with many, many families across the area.
And I know just, this has been a crazy year. Something that a year ago, nobody was expecting it. So, but people are wanting to give back over the holidays as we're ending the year and getting into 2021. So how can people contribute to Habitat for Humanity?
We have lots of different ways, Andy. We have our restores, which a lot of people may or may not know about, but our restores are a great place to do their last end of year shopping. We have 2 restores here in Omaha. We have one on West Maple at about 108th and South 24th Street, so they could do their shopping. We of course love online gifts at this point too, and really any way that they can give back is just by spreading the word to the community that we're here to help. And if they know of family members or maybe coworkers that would benefit from our services, to please have them get in touch with us. We'd love to work with them on finding their own home.
I've got a kitty chewing on the plants. That's what happens when you Zoom from home. So get her away from the arrangement. Yeah. So okay. So your website again is
habitatomaha.org.
Okay. And I know for the restore, I mean, I've been to the location down on 24th, and I know you also take donations, so people can donate items to your place as well. I mean, that's honest. That's where you get all the amazing things that people are coming in to purchase through donations.
Right. Whether it be home materials, maybe you're updating your home and you have materials that you'd like to donate back for the builders, but also furniture, home decor. There's just so many things there to have access to. So if you wanted to donate, we always take those donations. We even have trucks that you can arrange to help come and pick items up at your home.
Okay.
And one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that Habitat for Humanity, we also do home repair programs. Not only do we do new construction, but we do home repair, and we actually helped over 140 families with home repair programs in 2020. Wow. Even during this pandemic, we were so many people in that way.
Yeah, because the need definitely does not stop when you have a pandemic or any other type of natural disaster. I mean, because we had the pandemic this year, we had the flooding the year before. There's needs. So it's just so important for people to think about you all year round. But again, we're in the giving spirit, and a lot of our Christmas or holiday traditions are maybe a little not happening like they have in the past. I mean, I know I'm probably not going to be seeing family this year. So it's an opportunity to give back to those in need as well. So.
Absolutely. And now more than ever, people need a safe, healthy, and stable place to call home. And so it is so important that the work doesn't ever stop. Like you said, we're still closing on a number of new construction homes even this month before the end of the year, which is so exciting.
Wow.
But the need is there. And so we just appreciate the support in the community and by having us on today.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to talking to you after the first of the year as we get into 2021 and just continuing the conversation. So, Becky, thank you for joining me today and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, Andy. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll be right back. Well, I am here with Corey Nelson. She's the Director of Development and Marketing at the Midlands Humane Society. Corey, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
So, you know what? Let's just talk a little about Midlands Humane Society located over in Council Bluffs. So, what is your mission and who do you serve?
So our mission is to nurture and protect companion animals and enrich the lives of people who love them. And I think that's what we really espouse to and try to accomplish every day. The fact that we get to work with both the animal side and the human side, I think makes working at a humane society very, very rewarding. And every animal that comes through has a person or a family attached to it in one way, shape, or form. So getting those bonds and making sure that those are working well in most cases, I think we've done a good job if we can make that happen on most occasions. So
absolutely. All right. So tell us about Bark Friday. What the heck is that?
Right. Bark Friday, kind of a funny play on the Black Friday shopping name. So Bark Friday starts the day after Thanksgiving and it runs through December 31st. So it is our year-end fundraising campaign. It is a dollar for dollar match. We've had this going on since really our doors opened back in 2015. And so the match this year is pretty lofty. We're happy to make those goals big. And this year our match is $33,500. So we have an anonymous donor that puts up the other portion of that. So hopefully if we can get that all matched, we'll see a $67,000 amount of money coming in to help those animals here at Midlands Humane Society.
Yeah, because it has been a crazy year, and I know this year your gala it went virtual versus live, and I was happy and honored to be one of the MCs at that. But I think overall you did fairly well at that. I mean, because you didn't really have any idea of what was going to happen.
Right. We were going on uncharted territory like so many nonprofits were with those virtual events, and some have found that they were really great and may continue those. We were really happy. You and Donna were fantastic as our virtual MCs, and we were thrilled. We were humbled with the amount of support, both donations for the silent auction, the gifts people gave, the pledges, the sponsorships. People really do have a giving spirit, whether there's a pandemic or not. Yeah. And sometimes those things really make it even more prominent. So those year-end campaigns that a lot of nonprofits are doing and rely on, we're no different. And so we're really hoping, we have 150 to 200 animals in our building every day, or out in foster care that we're caring for and providing for. We're an open admission shelter, so we're taking every animal in Council Bluffs and Pottawatomie County. So we see a lot of things that come through the door, and if money's there, we're able to help those animals much more than just the vaccine and the medication. It might be surgeries, amputations. I mean, your own cat, we had to do surgeries on her I'm
actually going to just grab her. She's now.
Yeah, bring her over.
She's sleeping in her little kitty tower. But yeah, this is Sunshine, and I met her during the
She's busy.
But she is amazing. I met her at when we were doing the gala back in September. Ended up adopting her, and she doesn't have any eyes, so that's something that you had to remove her eyes because they were underdeveloped. And
And we have animals that are here long term. We have animals that have some behavior issues that we need to work through. And so when they're on the adoption floor, it isn't a time frame issue. They're here, we're working through those issues with them. And that takes a lot of money to keep everything going in a building, all those unseen costs that add up. And so if people want to contribute, you can easily do that on our website. And we would be most grateful.
Yeah. All right. Well, Corey, thank you so much for joining me today. Looking forward to then chatting with you after the first of the year and just, following the journey of what you guys are doing and letting people know how they can help you all year round. So
that would be great. We're looking forward to a bigger, brighter 2021, as is everyone. So yes, chat with you soon.
All right, Corey, thank you so much.
Thanks, Andy. Have a good one.
You too. And we'll be right back. Well, I am so honored and happy to be here with some folks from Boys Town. I've got Lisa Hukill. She's a senior office development and in the senior officer development, and Tom Lynch, who's a historian. So I want to thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Well, Tom, let's start with you. Tell us about the mission of the organization and who does Boys Town serve?
For over 100 years, Boys Town has been saving children and healing families all through our proven research program. And we have our medical component that was begun in the 1970s, and our research program working with families. And all together, we help over 2 million children and families every year through our Boys Town programs based right here in the city of Omaha, Boys Town, Nebraska.
I mean, and that's amazing because this organization really does reach out across the country and honestly the world. I mean, there's so much impact, but the fact that it's here in Omaha, Nebraska, where it was founded over 100 years ago, I just says a lot to our community and the people that founded the organization. So, well, we're gonna hear a quote. But let me first, I'm going to go over to you, Lisa, and let's talk a little about Light the Town. You've got some things happening around the holidays, Light the Town campaign.
So we are currently running a Light the Town campaign here at Boys Town. It's really to support the kids that we're serving on our campus. We had Christmas in the Village a few weeks ago, and because of COVID, we weren't all able to gather around our Christmas tree and sing Christmas carols this year. So we did something a little bit different where we had, our vans and our kids lined up. Santa came in on a fire truck. We handed out Christmas cookies and hot chocolate kits. And at the end of the night, the kids and the families all got a pizza to go home and have dinner and a late night snack. So we appreciate our supporters that helped us put on Light the Town and Christmas in the Village. But this campaign is really part of our Teach Love campaign. And we are looking to raise money, specifically recurring donations, $18 a month. And you can go to boystown.org to make those donations. And we are sending out these really beautiful, heartfelt Teach Love shirts for people to wear. And we'd like to see people from all over the United States sporting these t-shirts, but really here in Omaha, Nebraska too.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I've talked to so many nonprofits, this year, and especially, I mean, the need is year round. It's not just the holidays, but I know people, we're kind of looking at how can we contribute to others as well during this time. And like you said, you've got the campaign going on. But are there, what other ways can people contribute back to you?
Other ways people can contribute back. I mean, we have online giving. We have the old fashioned, you can mail in your donations. We have people bringing by new toys to give to families, diapers for some of the younger kids that we serve. We had a food drive a few weeks ago for part of our in-home family service programs where we're serving families in the community. So there's lots of ways that you can support Boys Town during this time of the year, or all year, as you said, Andy. But boystown.org is where we're sending people to go to gather more information.
Absolutely. And I just know when people are out shopping or they're out, Walmart, Target, or whatnot, it's just, they can think about throwing a couple extra things in their cart and then donating back.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're getting close to the end of our conversation. So what is this quote, Tom, that you'd like to tell us?
I have a quote from our founder, Father Edward Flanagan. Christmas is a very special time for him in Boys Town. Many of the children in the early years did not know how to celebrate Christmas. And even today, we have boys and girls come to us who really don't know what it means to have a Christmas season. And so it was always a special time in the village. And I have a quote from 1946, which he shared with the public about Christmas at Boys Town. May the spirit of Christmas this season take hold of your hearts and minds, as it has never taken hold of them before. May it teach us to be more tolerant and more considerate of our fellow man, not only on this day, but on the days throughout the years to come. A great quote from 1946 from Father Flanagan, and promoting his concept of fellowship, which we still do today with our boys and girls.
Absolutely. So important and so relevant, regardless of where we are in the years, that have spanned. So I just want to thank you both, Lisa, Tom, thank you so much for joining me today. And
thank you, Andy. Merry Christmas.
Look forward to talking to you in the new year. So happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy holiday to you too.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Well, I am here with Laura Stastny. She is the executive director for Nebraska Wildlife Rehab, one of my favorite nonprofit organizations helping wildlife. Laura, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's just first talk a little bit about the mission of Nebraska Wildlife Rehab and who you serve.
Absolutely. So Nebraska Wildlife Rehab is a nonprofit with a twofold mission. We're here to rescue, rehabilitate, and return to the wild native wildlife. And then the second part of our mission is to educate people about wildlife in the hopes that we can encourage them to live in harmony with wildlife and seek humane and ethical solutions to any problems that they're having with wildlife.
Yeah, I mean, and you really do such important work not just in Omaha. I mean, what's your area span?
Yeah, absolutely. So we serve the entire state of Nebraska, even though we're based here in the Omaha metro area. And then there are also services that we provide to mostly to Western Iowa. So there are several counties. We pretty much can serve every county on the border of Iowa with certain services. Not all of our services, but some of them, just based on laws.
Yeah. All right. So we're here holiday season, which is just hard to believe it's actually the holiday season here in 2020. And what a crazy year. But people are wanting to give back. So you got like several things how people can contribute back to you. So I'll just let you take it away.
Yeah, we're extremely fortunate right now. So we actually right now, for people who like to give at the end of the year, like to give funds at the end of the year, we have 2 pools of matching funds, which is pretty exciting. One pool of matching funds started on Giving Tuesday, and that was a $50,000 pool of matching funds for any donations made for animal care or general operations. So just like generally, you click on our website or you send in a check. There's about $35,000 left in matching funds. So if you donate for general animal care, your donation will be matched dollar for dollar. And the cool thing is, just recently, yesterday, a new pool of matching funds started for our capital campaign to build our building. And that is $50,000. So donations to our capital campaign through the end of the year, up to $50,000 will be matched dollar for dollar. So if you want to give, now's a great time to give because your donation will be doubled. And that just impacts wildlife.
Yeah. And that's huge.
It's a lot of money, and we're so grateful. We have such generous donors and people who really care about our mission. And we certainly couldn't do this work without them. And everyone who donates, regardless of amount, your dollars directly impact wildlife rehab here in Nebraska. The other fun thing that we have going on, which it's very fun for us, is that we have an online store. So if you're out there buying holiday gifts and you're looking for something unique that you probably can't find here in Omaha, go to our website, which is nebraskawildliferehab.org. And under how you can help, there's a shop for wildlife link. And we have this online store that has like kitchen goods and jewelry and stationery and stickers, lots of stocking stuffer size things. And we are actually running a promotion on our online store. I think the code is Wildlife 2020, which offers you 15% off. It's, and depending on when this airs, of course, you may not get your items in time for Christmas. I guess it depends, but we certainly are there year round with unique goods that are wildlife themed, from vendors and actually a lot of small artists from around the country that supply our work. We try really to go with small and locally sourced items.
Yeah, because I'm actually looking on your site because I have two computers, and you stuffed animals, books, greeting cards, jewelry. I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time after we get done with this interview on your site. Adopt an animal, but and then bat release merchandise as well. But we were talking, and we don't have a lot of time left, but let's just talk about bats, because you had mentioned are bats trying to find warmth, or what's going on right now?
Right. So right now, winter is a little bit slower for us in terms of animals, but this is really our bat season. Okay. And what a lot of people have learned about us is for bat release or our bat rehab. The bats that we're getting right now should be in winter hibernation, but they're also a species of bat, the big brown bat, that's most likely to be roosting in people's attics or in their walls for hibernating in the winter. And so what happens is that they either wake up, they're disturbed, and they fly around somebody's house, or people are doing construction in the winter and they find them. And they can't just be released outside. You should never release a bat outside in the winter. They won't survive. There's no food for them. What people should do is either call Nebraska Wildlife Rehab, or if you're in the Omaha area, you can call the Nebraska Humane Society and they'll pick the bat up for you. And then we bring them to our rehab center. We rehabilitate them, hibernate them for the winter. And then these are the bats that all get released at our big bat release every year. Yeah. Normally we do that at the Jocelyn Art Museum. This year we couldn't have a crowd, so we did it virtually. And my expectation is that Bat Release 2021 will be a virtual bat release as well. Right. Hoping to return to normal in 2022.
Right. All right. So many great things and so much information and so many ways to give back, Laura. So thank you so much. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you, as we get into 2021 and just kind of see what things are happening. Your organization it's 365, 24/7. There's always something going on. So we'll touch base again after the first of the year.
That sounds wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much, Amy.
Okay, you're welcome, and happy holidays to you.
You too.
Okay. Thank you all for joining me today. Wishing you all a happy holiday season. Be safe, be well, my friends, and I'll see you back here next year.